So Joe has 4 different areas that he's wanting to test the soil, and he had me go today to the MU Extension office in Lawrence County in Mount Vernon to grab some stuff to do that soil sampling. So I went and they gave me these boxes here. It gives the instructions and you're supposed to pull the samples. They also gave me a probe to go down and get the samples of the areas that you're wanting to test. So we're gonna get those samples mixed up tonight and get them in these boxes, and then I'm gonna take them tomorrow back to the MU Extension, and they'll mail those in and get us hopefully some soil samples that we can do whatever we need to on the fertilization and fixing up our soil for some good crops.
So like Beth said, I'm gonna take, there's 4 areas I wanna take samples from. Obviously here in the hoop house, I've got my tomatoes out, trying to harden them off. Also out in our main garden, the little garden next to us, and then I dug a pond out this fall. It had gotten so dry that it dried up, so I dug it out. I wanna test that soil and see what that's like. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go down through here, take about 20 plugs from different areas, kind of a little bit over the whole thing. I'll do the same thing in the other the 2 gardens, and then the pile of dirt there. It's not dirt, it's soil. But when I get that done, then I'll mix it up and we'll put it in those little containers that she was talking about and send them off. When we get that soil analysis back, that'll give us an idea of what we're short, N, P, or K, and what we need to put on it to get the soil where it'll be the most productive it can be for what we're growing. So we're gonna do a little bit here and we'll come back when we're done. Here, well, this summer it got so hot and dry, we literally had every pond on our place except for one that's a spring fed pond. We have 4 of them. All but that one was dry. So I came down here with the skid steer and I dug out this pond. It literally was about this water depth in mud. And if you can look back here, these are the 2 piles that I dug out. And we're going to take a soil sample. I think it's some really good stuff. We'll take a sample from around this one, and then this is the deep part, so I'll take it and mix them all together, and we'll get a good soil sample from it. So you can see we got a good sample there. This stuff's a little bit wetter. Obviously it came out of the pond, so it's holding its moisture. Some of it's really wet. I don't know if that's going to be good for soil analysis or not, but we'll get it all in there. Hopefully they'll dry out some before they have to do their magic with it. You got that. We just had 3 the boxes. We'll put it in here and then she can transfer it over to a box tomorrow. There we go, we'll seal this up. Do this at your extension office. That's where she went today, was the MU extension office in Lawrence County. And they provided this tool here, the boxes that we used, and then I think it's $18 if they send them in. So we'll let them send them in, get the results back, and we'll get the fertilizer we need and get everything amended to its proper contents. All right, so we have taken our soil samples and we finally gotten them back. It took about a week or so to get them back. We found out what we need for nutrients in our garden. The hoop house is pretty short on about everything. Need a lot of lime, quite a bit of phosphorus, and a little bit of nitrogen and potassium. Our main garden that we've been working on for years was really in great shape, which I was kind of surprised because we've never done a soil analysis on them before. But today I'm going to go ahead and go through the soil analysis, kind of look at it, determine what we need for the hoop house. That's where I'm working at today. It's really cold out right now, so I'm in here. We're going to get all the numbers figured up on what we need, how much of the product we need. Now, I'll kind of go through that. I've got some stuff laid out here to kind of go through it and figuring how many pounds of the actual bag you need to spread to get the nutrients on that you're looking for. So I'm gonna get this set up here, and I've got a little cheat sheet here, and we'll go through the analysis.
All right, so we got our soil analysis back, as I said, and they give you some information on soil analysis. What I've got here right now is how we're going to figure out how much of the product that we actually have to put down to get the numbers of pounds per 1,000 square feet that we want. So let's look at the soil analysis. This is the analysis for the hoop house. Soil analysis, they're going to give you your pH, which is, most things are wanting a little bit acidic, and ours is pretty acidic here in the hoop house. It's 5.9. 7 is neutral. So to raise that up a little bit, they're recommending 40 pounds of lime per 1,000 square feet. So we'll also look at, they give you a nitrogen number, 0.5 pounds per 1,000 square feet. This is the nutrient requirements per 1,000 square feet. Phosphorus, 3 pounds per 1,000. Potassium, 0.5 pound per 1,000 square feet. And we'll look at, this is the cantaloupe field right next to the hoop house. It's even lower in pH, so obviously our number is going to go up here, 65 pounds per 1,000 square feet. It's not recommending any nitrogen or potassium, but 3 pounds of phosphorus per 1,000 square feet. And then if we look at our main garden, I was really happy with our main garden. pH is just, could come down just a little bit at 7.2. The nitrogen, asking for 0.5 pound, no phosphorus, no potassium, no lime. So our main garden, really, I was really happy with that. When we clean out the chicken coops, we let that sit for a year so that we don't burn our plants. Then we put that on the garden. So obviously that's been helping out. So one of the hard things to do is figure out how much actual product you need out of the bag that you get. So I'm going to show you our bags. We got our nitrogen. We got a bag of, so the ends, the first one's nitrogen. You get 3 numbers on your bags, N, P, and K. So it'll say 15,500. So that means 15.5% of the product in that bag is nitrogen, no potassium, no phosphorus, no potassium. And then I've got a bag that has no nitrogen. 46% of the bag is phosphorus and no potassium. And then I've got no nitrogen, no phosphorus, and 50% potassium. So how do we figure out how much of that bag needs to go on our garden. So as we've seen earlier, it's recommended in pounds per 1,000 square feet. So there's 3 things you need to know. You need to know your area that you're working with, and in our case, we're going to do the hoop house. We know that our hoop house is 24 feet wide by 96 feet long, which is just 2,304 square feet. I'll just put that up there. So in order to figure out how much product we need, as you remember, we needed half a pound of nitrogen. I'm just gonna write these down. 0.5 nitrogen, 3 on phosphorus, and half a pound of potassium. So, all right, so the way we figured, we found our area. Nitrogen that they wanted us to get, which was 0.5 pounds, and we're going to divide that by that number we had. 15.5 is our bag that had nitrogen in it. And if you do a percentage, it's not 15.5. You have to move your decimal because it's a percentage. So you move that over, it's 0.155. So you're going to divide 0.5 divided by 0.155. And that's going to give us our pounds of product needed per 1,000 square feet, and that is 3.22 pounds per 1,000 feet squared. Okay, we're going to take that and we're going to take our total square feet, which was 2,304, and divide that by 1,000 square feet, because we need to know how many times we need to put this on there. So if we divide 2,304 divided by 1,000, 2.3. So that'd be 2.3. So we're going to take our pounds per 1,000 square feet, which is 3.22, and multiply that by 2.3, and that's going to give us how much of the product we need out of that bag to get our half a pound per 1,000 square feet. So I'm just going to leave that on there and multiply that by 3.22. I need 7.43 pounds out of that bag to get my half pound per 1,000 square feet. 7.4 pounds. I'm not going to go through all these. We could do that with the 0460. It was 3. Let's just go ahead and do that one, and then we'll call that good. So for the 0460, we needed 3 pounds per 1,000 square feet divided by the 0460. So it's 46 is the number, but since it's a percentage, we're going to move that over. That's 0.46. So we're going to take 3 divided by, I hate when that happens, 3 divided by 0.46, 6.52. 6.52 pounds per 1,000 square feet of the product. We already know that this number here is 2,304. That didn't change, so that's going to be times the 2.3. So we're going to multiply the number that's already on the calculator by 2.3. So we need right at 15 pounds of that bag, that 0460. So that's all there is to it. If you just take this formula right here, you can figure no matter how many pounds are in the bag, no matter what the number is on the bag, as long as you know the length and width of the area you're covering, you know the number on the bag, and you know what's recommended. That's all you need to do. You can use this formula to figure out how much of that bag actually needs to be spread on your piece of ground that you're wanting to fertilize. So that's going to do it from here at the Hidden Haven Homestead. If you like these videos, hit the like, share them, subscribe, and let other people know. If you think they're interested, let them know about it. Until next time, we'll see you right back here on the Hidden Haven Homestead.